This is Josh here at Codico Farm, and today we're taking a look at something fun that I discovered yesterday. So what we're going to be looking at is using immature Seminole pumpkin, at least this type of Seminole pumpkin, as a zucchini or a summer squash. So as far as the squash go, there's several domesticated species, and most of those have varieties that are for summer squash and then other varieties for winter squash, like zucchini and a big jack-o'-lantern pumpkin are both Cucurbita pepo. Now the tropical pumpkins that are very pest resistant and do well here in Florida are Cucurbita moschata. There are types of those that are used as zucchinis and summer squash, like tromboncino would be an example. And I had always thought it'd be interesting to work with those, never really got around to it. And yesterday it dawned on me, what about just eating Seminole pumpkin this way? So we took a immature Seminole pumpkin, just like this. We've already gotten way more mature fruit than we need. We sell seeds, so we've got that covered, and we've got, I think, about 50 mature yellow pumpkins in here for us to eat as mature pumpkins. So I decided, hey, what the heck, let's try these as zucchinis. So yesterday I cooked one of these. Very, very good. Just the skin is completely nice to eat. Maybe a little different taste than typical zucchini, but honestly quite similar. A little more creamy, maybe, hard to describe, but a very convincing zucchini, essentially. So I'm now feeling like we don't really even need to mess around with these summer squash type Cucurbita moschata, because this is so good as is. So it's really nice to know with Seminole pumpkin, we have many different edible things. Yes, we have the mature fruit as a pumpkin, the seeds inside, fantastic food source. The leafy greens and the young greens and the tips are a very important vegetable, especially in a lot of African cultures. In fact, some of the best leafy greens I've ever had were prepared by an African woman of the tips of Seminole pumpkin. The immature flowers are an important vegetable. A lot of Mexican and Central American cuisine, they really appreciate the flowers. There's a good market for those. And then lastly, these zucchinis. So zucchini, very hard to grow for me in Florida. We get a whole slew of pests, and really the big ones would be the stem borers and the pickle worms that get into the fruit. Now, as the summer sets in, these can get a little bit of pickle worms, but we grow them in the spring. This patch was planted mid-February or late February, and now we're in the beginning part of June. The vines are starting to collapse a little bit, but they are still setting some. And I typically see the vines start to basically die as the real summer sets on. So it might be a good time to transition away from letting them mature to start eating them at this stage. So you at least get this, even if the fruit's not going to make it all the way because of pests and diseases. If you were to want to manage a patch of Seminole pumpkin just for these, my intuition is that if you started harvesting all these, the plant would compensate by making more, because it takes a lot of energy for the plant to set and mature a fruit all the way to be full sweetness and full maturity. So if you're taking it away, theoretically, in my mind, the plant would set a lot more, and so you would potentially get a similar weight of yield overall, just a different type of food product. Can you eat all Seminole pumpkin this way? You can. They're all edible, but are they all choice and delicious? I don't know. The thing about Seminole pumpkin is there's a lot of different strains. There's a lot of different things people call Seminole pumpkin. It's kind of a catch-all for a lot of different varieties of squash. Different shapes, all kinds of different things. So what we can say now is that this strain is good. Would sure love to hear other people report on how their Seminole pumpkins taste as a zucchini. We do sell this on our website, seed at codicofarm.com. We call this the diverse shape Seminole pumpkin because they come out in all kinds of different shapes. All right, so this is our Florida zucchini. Very pleasing discovery for me. Thanks, have a great day.